Hello, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. Today we're going to be making this strawberry mason jar tumbler tutorial. Hi, I'm Christy. I'm the owner and creator. If you need to reach out to me, you can do so at Lulu Ladybug Creations at yahoo.com. And please be sure to follow me on my other social media pages, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok at Lulu Ladybug Creations. I hope you enjoy the beauty of handmade. Okay, so we're going to start off with this mason jar tumbler, stainless steel tumbler that I got from Makerflo. We're going to sand it down, taking off all the shine to it so that my adhesive, my paints, everything adheres to it. I don't know if this is a 12 ounce or a 14 ounce, but I will have it linked in the description below. I am using a 120 grit sanding block to scuff up the tumbler, and then what I'll do is I'll spray it with alcohol and wipe off all that residue that I sanded off. Now what I'm doing is I'm gonna tape off the top of the threads to the top for the where you screw on the lid. I'm gonna cover it with electrical tape. I'm using electrical tape because it is fairly it's very movable, you know, and it'll go into the grooves really good so that I won't get no epoxy or any paint into those so that I can screw on the lid. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to paint it with Folk Art matte, and it's in the color Camel, and it will be used as my adhesion for the glitter. The glitter that I will be using is Makerflo glitter, and it's Twilight Beach, and it's a metallic fine. Once I get this tumbler covered with glitter, what I'll do is I'll let it sit for about an hour or two so that paint will dry underneath. Then I'm going to spray it with Rust-Oleum 2x clear spray paint just to hold my glitter in place. And we're going to go ahead and let that sit and place, I think I was just one coat of epoxy on it. And I used Resin Rockers epoxy. Now these little seeds, they're actually watermelon seeds that I shrunk down really small so that I can use them as my strawberry seeds. And I was gonna just place them randomly just all over the place, but I decided to make them more in the same direction. So we'll go ahead and get all those placed over the entire tumbler. And then what I'll do is we'll go on to the next step once all those seeds are placed. Now it does take me a while to put all these little seeds all over the tumbler. I'm going to speed it up for a minute, but yeah, it was a lot of little, it made it tedious, but it's worth it in the end. I end up placing them one by one because if you notice the pattern, they're all, you know, it's a watermelon seed, so they're all over the place. And I wanted them more in one direction. So we're going to go ahead and cover up the top again with electrical tape. And this is so that I don't get no kind of paint or no kind of anything over those threads, because then it'll make the lid not be able to screw on it really well. So anyways, we're going to go ahead and cover it up with electrical tape once again. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this Ceram Coat. It's a Delta Creative acrylic paint, and it's in the color Rooster Red. Now I was going to use glitter for this tumbler, but with all those seeds being very, very small, I would not find them all under the glitter. So I went ahead and did this just directly with paint, and that's it, no glitter. Now we'll go ahead and get this covered entirely with acrylic paint, and we'll let it dry. Once it dries, then we'll come back and lift up all those little stencil seeds. Okay, here we are. Now I'm going to go ahead and, without glitter, those seeds were a whole lot easier to find, and there's just too many little ones for me to, I couldn't use glitter. It was just too many. But anyways, we're going to go ahead and lift up all these little seeds. And then once I get them all lifted, we'll go in with epoxy. And of course, before epoxy, you want to tape up those, you want to tape off the top of the rim where it has for you to screw on the lid. What am I trying to say? Goodness, the threads. The cup threads. Anyways, we'll go ahead and tape that back up and get it sealed really good so there's no epoxy that'll seep underneath the tape. And once epoxy is placed, we'll let it spin on the tumbler turner. I use Truquality from Etsy. We'll let it spin overnight. Now that it's cured, it's the next day. I cut out these leaves. These are strawberry leaves. I can't remember if I got them from Cricut or from Cricut Design Space or from Creative Fabrica. Either way, I will have it in the description below. Now, if it's Cricut Design Space, I won't have a link for it, but I will have that it's from Cricut Design Space. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to place these leaves directly underneath the top threading to give it that impression that this is just one big old strawberry. We'll go ahead and get all these placed, and I'll be back with you shortly. Real quick, if you noticed, that top of the tumbler, of course, has that little bend to it. So my stencil, my vinyl isn't going to go on straight exactly. There's going to be some bending to it. So what I'll do a little later after I place all these on the tumbler is I'll go in with my heat gun just to soften up that vinyl so that it's a little bit more bendable, and it'll bend about around the top of that tumbler, because without doing that you're gonna have ridges on the leaves, and then it'll show through the epoxy. We want to do our best not to do that. So I'll do the heat gun here in a minute and I'll show y'all, and then after that heat gun is after all those leaves are placed on and the heat gun kind of melts them down, I guess, if you will, makes them more pliable around the top of the tumbler, then we'll go in with our decal. I am going to go over the top of those leaves with my craft knife just to trim it off away from the threads of the top of the tumbler. And here we are with the heat gun, and I'm putting heat to the vinyl. That way it's a little more stretchable and it'll lay a little bit more flatter on the cup. Okay, so this little quote, Strawberry Fields, I did get it from Creative Fabrica, and I do have it linked in the description below. But I don't have the measurements of the offset. I apologize. I need to remember to get those measurements whenever I do the offsets. But I'm going to place the gold vinyl over the offset of the green, and then we'll get it placed on the tumbler. Now once I get it placed on the tumbler, I'll seal everything in with Rust-Oleum clear spray paint. That way nothing lifts when the epoxy is placed on the tumbler. This will be my final coat of epoxy, and I will place about, I think I did 20 milliliters of resin rockers, and that's 10 part A and 10 part B. But I want to make sure there's no bubbles underneath the quote there. Okay, so now we're going to work on the lid. These little rhinestones, what are they? The flat back rhinestones. I got them from Amazon. I will have it linked in the description below. It did come with several sizes, and I'm going to go in with S4, or is it S4 or S16? Anyways, those are two the same. I just can't remember how it's worded in the description, but we're going to go ahead and place these on the entire top of the inner part of the lid. Now I will speed up the camera here shortly because of course it did take some time, and that little glue bottle that it came with, it was really giving me a hard time getting that glue squeezed out, so I end up putting it away and using my bigger squeeze bottle. Now I want to make sure that I don't get no glue inside that hole for the straw. So I'm being real careful right here to make sure I'm a little bit away from the middle part of that hole. So we'll go ahead and speed the camera up here shortly and come back once it's completed. Okay, so this last row of stones are going to be my largest stones, S6 I believe, or S5. I didn't have too much room there to place any of the stones that I was already using, so I didn't want to have to squeeze them in, so I went with a larger stone in the middle. Now here's the finished tumbler. It came out really, really cute. I don't know, I might keep this one. or I might give it to my niece, my granddaughter. I don't know. It's so cute. But if you're interested, let me know. Send me an email or comment below and we'll work something out. But this is it. Came out really, really, really cute. I really do love it. Y'all be sure to like, share, and hit that bell to get notified of upcoming videos. And I do thank you for watching.